Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts of the internet, this is the Gaming Saloon for April 4th, 2014, with your hosts, Beastmaker2448, Rabbit Epsilon, and TommyGun2442.
Hello.
That did not just happen.
What?
I didn't have the image for TGS up, so there was a flash of the forum post.
Well.
I thought I still had it up. I transitioned, XSplit lags, it's not up. Fuck!
Well, folks, there are no April Fool's jokes from us this year, mainly because I didn't do the one Twitter one. Although I did see some good April Fool's jokes.
Really?
Yeah, Toku Nation changed all their forms over to Taco Nation. Glorious.
I still want to see that Baron Taco arms. I so want to see that.
I hope they put the archives up somewhere. It's archived somewhere on the internet. Reviewer I watched, the Blockbuster Buster for April Fools, did a review of a video game, whereas he normally does movies. And it was hilarious, because he was acting like a gamer who hasn't played a game since the cartridge days. So he busted out the Wii disc, he blowed into the Wii, and he blowed on the disc. And when he was asking for help, he called the Nintendo hotline. I'm sorry, I found that very amusing. And also, there was a cartoon version of Angry Joe that was hilarious. I didn't see much else. IGN had the Optimus Prime and Titanfall. Google had Pokemon on their Google Maps.
Gotta catch them all.
Yes! Oh, we've got an Earth in League of Legends.
Again.
Ultra Rapid Fire. God, I can't believe I didn't realize the damn acronym until today. Because I was saying last night to you that Earth wasn't in the April Fool's joke this year. No, he is. He's just in the acronym. That mischievous damn manatee. He snuck his way into this year's April Fool's joke.
Gotta love Riot.
I think that guy with the glasses did their normal thing of where reviewers essentially trade content and trade personalities. So you have Linkara, I think this was last year's. You had Linkara acting like the cinema snob reviewing a movie. I believe that's what happens. I'm not entirely sure. That's the normal April Fool's joke from that guy with the glasses crew. Otherwise, I didn't really see much, and nothing really kind of struck me. I don't know. Anyone else see anything interesting April Fool's was?
No.
Not really.
Alright.
I'm playing Snake.
Oh,
Say
God.
again?
He's on Snake again.
I'm playing Snake as we talk.
Okay.
Yeah, you got out. I'm playing Snake.
You forgot the rest of the word.
Sorry.
Alright. Oh! Evangelist reviewed a body that had a head sculpt that is the most hilarious thing. I don't know why it's funny, but I find it funny after staring at it for a while. Oh, God. Anyway. Since we're not covering April Fool's stuff, we have a lot of other news to talk about. Because we have a new system gathering articles. And by new, I mean a terrible system when we're going to make a better system by the end of the... So, by next show.
And we're open to suggestions, so if anyone has a good idea of gathering all the gaming news, yes, shoot it our way, please.
We're trying to figure out...
nicely, people.
We're trying to figure out a way to make Twitter... To combine Twitter accounts. And be able to go back 2 weeks instead of, like, 3 days. Because right now, that's our best option.
Yeah. And please don't sit there shouting RSS feed because we done tried that. Nope.
Yeah, that kind of crashed. Yeah, we were good until we realized, oh, the RSS feeds are not that updated, and they don't go back 2 weeks. Thank you, RSS feeds, for being fucking useless to us.
Yeah, pretty much. I have kind of wondered though, if we set up like a feed reader and dumped all of that in there, I think it does archive the old feeds, if I remember from the FN one. I might try that and experiment with it,
Yeah.
but I have a funny feeling that's even going to slap us in the face, so.
What? We're looking for a permanent system that will work for us, and we don't have to rely on a system that someone else has already made.
Yeah, because that did not work the last time.
Yeah, because the system it was like twice now that we've used a different system, and it went kaput on us out of nowhere
Mm-hmm.
for no discernible reason why.
Yep, pretty much.
So yeah, we're hoping for a permanent solution that will last us for years to come, or at least until technology becomes outdated.
So for years to come.
Yes. Anyway, that said, let's get started with the articles this week. And first up, Tetris. Researchers use Tetris to reduce cravings. Let's see. United Kingdom researchers have found that playing Tetris helps reduce the cravings of those with addictions to food. A study which was recently published in scientific journal Appetite. Really?
How fitting.
Okay. That's the least scientific name for a scientific journal I've ever heard.
Yeah, but it fits what's going on, though.
Yeah. It was designed to test the elaborated intrusion theory, which says that cravings are connected to visualizations as much as they are desire in a subject. Researchers tested the theory using a visual intensive task on patients using the popular puzzle game Tetris. They tested 119 college students who were asked to describe their cravings prior to being tested. After that, the game would either load or produce an error message. The error message group was the control group. Students who successfully completed the game saw their cravings reduced by 24%, more than those who did not play.
So it does, but it doesn't.
It reduces about 24%, so you are 24% less hungry.
Like I said, so it does, but it doesn't.
Yeah. You are less likely to go raid the junk food cabinet by about 24%. So, it's a step.
That's just saying you're only playing Tetris.
Yeah.
I mean, and Tetris is like the bare minimum game that was ever invented.
Yeah.
Besides
but
Pong.
It's so addicting. But it's so addicting.
And from what I've watched, has one of the most complex rights issues that I have ever seen.
Really?
I don't even want to begin to describe how the fuck the rights of Tetris work.
Huh.
Yeah, the rights have passed through so many hands now, it is ridiculous.
But, okay. When you hear the topic of this,
Yeah.
researchers use Tetris to reduce cravings, that just makes you think, what the fuck? Really?
But they have science to back it up.
Well, and if you think about it, I know for myself, if I'm playing games, I tend to forget about both eating and drinking.
Yeah.
Because I'm more focused on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I kind of can understand that then.
Yeah. Hey, researchers using video games for something good, instead of trying to improve a bullshit theory like violent video games cause violence.
Yeah.
Yay! We are doing good things with games.
Instead of trying to say they're bad.
Yes. Anything else to say about Tetris?
No.
Black, you have any input?
Nope.
Alright.
Now I'm playing Tetris.
Oh, God.
Fan-friggin-tastic.
This is going to be one of those nights where we go through each article and it's going to change what Glock wants to play.
Apparently.
Which kind of makes me wonder what the next one is going to bring him into.
Oh, I'm pretty sure what it'll be. Next up, EA will not be named the worst company in America in 2014.
Which, that's kind of surprising, but not really.
Oh, I wonder what its competition is. Yes, those thinking Electronic Arts would win the Consumerist Worst Company in America award, or the Golden Poo, as they like to call it, for the third year in a row, will be disappointed to hear that the publisher of SimCity, blah, 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 was knocked off in the first round of the playoffs by Time Warner Cable. Ouch. Ooh, just about a split vote, 51.2% to Time Warner Cable to pick up the win.
Or, well, in this case, the lose.
The only company left in the tournament with any relevance to the gaming industry is Microsoft, which will soon face off against AT&T in its first round fight. The final list of 32 nominees was announced last week, pitting EA against the likes of McDonald's, Ticketmaster, and three-time runner-up Bank of America. Conservatives believes that EA's loss was due to Time Warner Cable's pending merger with Comcast, a previous worst company in America winner. Time Warner Cable is also known for its horrible customer service. EA first won the award in 2012 due to what the conservatives claimed was the company's tendency to nickel and dime consumers to death. And again in 2013 for the horrible always-on launch of SimCity and the rushed ending of Name Redacted. Anyway you slice it, it's good news for EA, which needs a break from bad PR. The Worst Company in America award is definitely bad PR, no matter how EA tried to spin it last year and the year before when it won the award.
Well, don't you know being worst company in America doesn't mean nothing? I mean, at least that's what EA thought.
Yep.
Game that shall not be named.
Like he said, name redacted.
I'm pulling that joke from Integral Wrestling Chronicles. Because they do that for Mr. Chris Benoit. Anytime they list off the card for if he's in the match, it's just name redacted. Which, I agree with them. That's pretty much how WWE's treated him. He is name redacted. Alright. I pulled up the bracket just to see who we got in play. Ooh, Facebook's on here. They're up against DirecTV.
I can see that correlation
Comcast.
there, in all honesty.
Comcast beat Yahoo.
I would go Facebook over DirecTV. DirecTV sucks.
Worst company in America?
Yes.
Okay. I was about to say, if you're voting for best company in America, you're voting the wrong way. Verizon beat PayPal/eBay. Kmart is up against Citi. Walmart beat CVS. Bank of America beat Expedient. American Airlines beat Lumion? Athletica? Okay. Oh, SeaWorld's on here. Wow. A theme park is on here. They're up against Johnson & Johnson/McNeil. Chase beat GM. McDonald's beat Target.
Tommy,
Yes.
something went screwy.
What do you mean?
On our site, I'm looking at the forums, and I went to scroll down Peacemaker's thing. You know, the Peacemaker Global Admin thing, and they were like seven spaces up from where they're supposed to be.
That's not happening for me.
That
Okay.
would be the badges that apparently aren't loading for you.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, sounds like honestly, if you were to say what is a bad company, it sounds like a lot of the usual suspects are there. Plus,
Yeah.
some people I have no clue who are. So yeah, EA's out. Maybe they're doing something right this year.
Or they're just not sucking as bad.
Oh, I wonder how far Microsoft's gonna go.
I would not be surprised if Microsoft made it to the end, in light of the whole Xbox One situation they had last E3.
Well, we've documented how the multitude of ways Microsoft has screwed up this past year.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
I think people might be a little bit too harsh on Microsoft.
Okay. People have given Microsoft the nickname Moneysoft. I don't find that harsh. I find that as pointing out the facts there.
Now, to be fair, I would
Okay.
not call them the worst company in America.
Ranking pretty far up there, yes.
Yes.
Calling them the worst, no. I do agree with you on that.
Nah, but McDonald's and Walmart would rank higher if you ask me, because I've heard the horror stories of people who work at Walmart.
Walmart is horrible.
That's what I've heard too.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Just. Oh my god.
Shopping there? No issue. Working there, on the other hand, I've heard half a dozen horror stories.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah. Although I'm not sure why Kmart Sears is up there. I don't see why they seem like one of the worst companies in America. Unless I'm missing something.
Well, I'd say it'd have something to do with all their bankruptcy issues.
Well, that's true. Target seems weird too.
Yeah, but look, it got beat out early.
True.
So,
Of course,
I mean,
it's up against
apparently it
McDonald's.
wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Plus, it's up against McDonald's. That's like a #1 seed in this tournament. Like, if you're McDonald's or Walmart, you are the #1 seed. If you beat them, you are truly fucking up. But yeah, any other thoughts before we move on?
No.
Alrighty then. Next up, we're gonna deal with some of our fellow YouTubers.
And
Disney.
the fact that Disney likes purchasing stuff.
Disney's on a buying spree recently.
Yeah. They're just throwing out all of that money.
Mm-hmm. Disney acquires Maker Studios. Yes, YouTube video network Maker Studios has been bought by Disney.
For
They
the
paid-
low price of $500 million.
For a YouTube network. Wish we were that worth that much.
Seriously.
Hell, I killed to be worth like a 50th of that much. But yeah, but Maker Studios, which is best known for carrying the videos by YouTube star PewDiePie. Yes, Mr. PewDiePie is now part of the Disney family. Disney, this is your one and only warning. Do not make a PewDiePie movie. Don't. No. 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 No.
It's
No.
coming.
No.
It's coming.
No.
It's coming.
No.
There's no avoiding it.
Disney should listen to Nickelodeon with their two Fred movies, because I think both of those movies flopped. And they both have John Cena in it.
Yeah.
By the way,
And how much did WWE really push either one of those two movies?
not really.
I mean, my
Not
point
really at all.
exactly.
The Scooby-Doo movie has gotten more push than Fred.
Hey. I like the Scooby-Doo movies, thank you. Wait, which Scooby-Doo movies?
The Scooby-Doo movie that has wrestling people in it.
The newest one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that one. Okay.
I was making a point. WWE has pushed that movie. Hell, they actually premiered it on USA Network an hour before Raw. They had Scooby-Doo on Raw.
Great.
As I said, WWE pushed the Scooby-Doo movie more than Nickelodeon pushed it more than the Fred movie. But yeah. Last year, PewDiePie beat such stars as Miley Cyrus and One Direction to become YouTube's most watched star in H2 2013. Mega Studios has 380 million subscribers, received 5.5 billion monthly views on YouTube, and controls an existing stable of 55,000 YouTube channels. Mega Studios will not be incorporated into Disney gaming operations. It will instead report directly to CFO James Rizzolo.
Okay. Okay. To this I say, when you think about it and break all those numbers down amongst 55,000 channels, that really doesn't look that big.
Especially when I'm sure like 60% of that is PewDiePie's numbers.
I'd venture to say most of that. I wouldn't be surprised if 75% of that wasn't all his. But I mean, if you sit there and just break that down into an average of each of their channels, that really would not be that big.
Yeah, I was just checking. Maker Music, there's 3 sub-networks tied to Maker Studios. Maker Music, Polaris, which is where you get which is where PewDiePie, Yogscast, Solo Biscuit, Angry Joe, Pro Jared, and a lot of others are tied to. Some people I subscribe to. So now I'm officially subscribed to people who are officially part of Disney. I guess. I think even Pro Jared was confused by that. It's like, hey, I'm an official Disney employee. I think. Because he's
Yeah,
in
how
Polaris.
would that work?
I have no idea, and I don't think the Polaris people know either.
That is kind of one of those. How does that still work? I mean, do they still get to do what they want to do, or is it a case of they've got to report to someone at Disney now?
I would assume that they would have to be a lot more careful about any type of copyright shenanigans.
Yeah, but most of them I'd say are anyhow.
Yeah. Granted, Edgar Joe got hit hard by that new YouTube copyright system that came out what was it, like a month ago now?
I think.
Yeah, he got hit hard by that.
Mm.
Don't think Pro Jared was, although he didn't say much on it. Granted, he doesn't really showcase that much gameplay. A lot of his stuff is like reviews or 1-minute reviews. With his Nuzlocke run. Well, his 2 Nuzlocke runs on top of that. Plus, he's a part of Normal Boots, which he probably transitions more there. Anyway. Any other thoughts on that?
Not really.
Alrighty then. Next up, Team Greenlight. We're gonna say bye-bye to Greenlight in 12 months.
Wait a second. Wait. If the Greenlight thing is gone, does that mean anything that has already been greenlit will be gone as well?
No.
I was going to read the article to find out details.
Okay.
Reason I say no without even looking at the article is because you think the whole Greenlight process was so that Steam would know whether or not to add that to their library. Yeah. All the greenlit stuff is already there. So I would not highly see them taking away everything that they worked for.
Well, the reason I asked this is because Alien Swarm had a mod that was greenlit for first person, and it's not been completed yet. But it was greenlit already. So, will they cancel that mod now because of Greenlight being taken out?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, Curve Studios design director Jonathan Biddle found themselves in the spotlight today after tweeting that Valve will be making dramatic changes to its Stream Greenlight program. Biddle said on Twitter that the system will let users cast a yes or no votes on pitches for potential products to be listed on Steam will be gone by this time next year. The actual tweet says that we met with Valve at GDC and they say Greenlight will be gone within 12 months. They'll still offer curated space, but otherwise be open. News is entirely a shock. Valve boss Gabe Newell said in January that his company had always planned to get rid of Greenlight eventually. Our goal is to make Greenlight go away, Newell reportedly said, not because it's not useful, but because we're evolving. This evolution includes giving developers who've already had a relationship with Valve on the platform the ability to control discounts and take part in sales and have better access to the tools within the system. So what I'm getting from here is Greenlight is going away pretty much just in favor of a better system.
It's kind of what it looks like.
It's like, yeah, we're getting rid of Greenlight just because we're just going to put you on the library to begin with.
I don't think it's necessarily going to be they're going to put everyone in the library to begin with, but more like have a section dedicated towards the indie developers.
So, like an Xbox Live indie section or such and such. Yeah.
But have it set up a little more open than how Xbox Live is, even.
Yeah. So, yeah, it just seems like it's like, oh yeah, Greenlight's gone. We're going to be gone 12 months, but we're going to have something to replace it in those 12 months.
I wouldn't be surprised within about 6 months or so we start seeing something like that.
Yeah.
And them kind of working on phasing Greenlight out all the way.
Yeah. Although I don't really go on Greenlight that much. Granted, I don't go on Steam
really
that much.
Either.
Because there's only like 2 things I've touched on Greenlight. That was A Hat in Time, because it's on Steam Greenlight, and I favored it just to get news from it. And Chroma Squad, which I don't think I've told you two about.
I don't think you have on that one.
That was a Kickstarter project that I heard about through HJU. Essentially, it is I believe it's a turn-based strategy game where you are the one developing a Sentai-esque show. So you were literally developing the Sentai show. You could decide the colors and the weapons and the gear and all that stuff. It sounded really cool, and it looks cool. It's very old school gaming graphics wise, but it looks cool. Hell, there's even thanks to the Kickstarter project, there is a Kamen Rider-esque episode included in the game, which made me go, yay! Of course, from what I've read, both Hat in Time and Chroma Squad are going to be out this year, as long as there's no delays. I know Hat in Time's in alpha right now. So, here's hoping both of those games come out before the end of the year. Any other thoughts before we move on?
No.
Alright, then next up, let's talk Titanfall.
Oh, God. This one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Banned Titanfall players can still play online with other cheaters. Respawn's website for Titanfall introduces a news section exploring what happens to players who are flagged as cheaters. According to the information on site, if you are flagged as a cheater, you will be banned from normal servers and corralled into a special cheaters-only category that limits your online play to matchmaking with your own kind. On the question of what happens when you get banned, Respawn offers the following answer. Great news! You get to keep playing Titanfall, reads the website. Less great news. You only get to play with other cheaters. You can play with the other banned players in something that resembles the Wimbledon of aimbot contest. Hopefully, the aimbot cheat you paid for really is best, or these all cheater matches could be frustrating for you. Good luck. Love that sarcasm, by the way. That is all the up. You decide to cheat. Hope it's worth it. Respawn goes on to say that if you get banned, anyone in your party will also be. Oh. Ah.
But it's a temporary.
Okay. When anyone in your band is when anyone in your party is banned, then everyone in your party will be treated as banned for the play session. Respawn notes: if you are a non-cheater and you invite a cheater friend into your party, you will be stuck playing against cheaters. If you stop inviting your cheater friend, you'll once again get to play with the non-cheater population. You do not get permanently tainted just by playing with a cheater. You are only banned for cheating if you are actually cheating. Finally, if you think you were banned unfairly, Respawn says that they can contact anti-cheat at respawn.com to make your case. Anti-cheat measures are active in the game now, so if you do plan on cheating, be prepared to play with like-minded peoples.
I want to know what they mean by cheating.
Looks like
Aimbot.
aimbot is the big thing.
Essentially, unauthorized modded content.
Which really, if they wanted to push buttons, any form of modding, whether it's external of the Xbox or internal of it, technically breaks your Xbox Live agreement. And you could get banned from Xbox Live all the way.
True. So this is kind of essentially, this sounds like how GTA Online treats it. Although it's not so much for cheaters as it is for assholes. If you are a bad sport, as they call it, which means you quit missions early, you're a dick to other players, you don't necessarily cheat, you're just an asshole. You get flagged as a bad sport. And you know what happens to you? You get thrown into lobbies with other assholes and bad sports, so you can enjoy enjoy company of your own kind.
So basically, with GTA 5, it's a case of you get the asshat achievement, which locks you into the asshole server.
Pretty much. But you can get out of it by being a good sport. Which means, completing missions, being a nice guy. And if you're a nice guy, you get occasional bonuses, like you get a little extra cash or maybe a little extra experience every now and again.
So it's similar to what Xbox wants to try to do with the whole reputation system. They want to reward people for being good and punish people that are being bad.
Yes, they want to enforce both sides of behavior, both good and bad.
Which we'll get into the whole Xbox part later, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. This with Titanfall just kind of seems like, while it might be a good idea, it might also make more problems than it's worth.
True. It seems the good thing about the GTA Online system is it's not for cheaters. It's just for bad sports. It's just for assholes that get that. If you cheat, you are banned. Flat out. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. You don't get to be in the special asshole server. No, you are banned. This might be cutting cheaters a little bit of slack, but I guess that's more of a long-term question than a short-term question.
Yeah. I did not realize that was the next article, actually, but
Yep.
Yeah, to me though, that seems like a little bit of a, we're gonna let you keep cheating, and It really sounds like it's more of a case of they're trying to fish for Microsoft.
That's definitely possible. Although Titanfall, I believe, doesn't have any type of single player.
It doesn't.
And the only single player it has requires 7 other people.
Wow.
Literally. It is a match-made game
Yep.
in order to experience the story of Titanfall.
Yep.
Wow.
Basically, what they did was they incorporated the story into the multiplayer, and it actually worked. I was surprised.
And Skirt Attack brought up a good point. When they had it on, I want to say it was Out of the Box, which is their kind of first look show that they do. They brought up a good point of, like 6 months down the line, when you can't get 8 people into that, 7 other people into your lobby, how are you going to experience the story of Titanfall?
Exactly.
Because you can't use bots.
That's kind of one of those where they kind of shot themselves in the foot. Once the new wears off and everyone's gone, that's it. The game's dead.
Well, at least that match-made part is.
But I mean,
Oh my god, why is my computer lagging at such a horrible rate? What the heck?
that seems kind of dumb in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because once the new wears off, the game for the story part of it's going to be dead.
Yeah. People are going to be playing the multiplayer. I mean, ask yourself this: how many people play like Halo 4 co-op these days?
Not many.
How many people play Halo 4 multiplayer?
More than co-op, but still not really that many.
That's kind of where Screw Attack was going with that comment is, look, not that many people are going to be interested in this. And if you need 7 other people to even experience it, yeah.
It kind of makes you wonder if they'll realize that once it starts losing its newness and decide to put in an update where bots are optional.
That would be a good idea.
Because I'm sure they could do it.
Oh, yeah.
I'd venture to say the resources are actually on the game already.
I'm pretty sure. But yeah. Can we move on then to the other side of this talk that you mentioned?
Yeah, that I did not realize was the next article.
But yes, the Xbox One reputation system has been revealed. Bad behavior will penalize players. Let's see. Going from this picture, you can have good reputation. You can have yellow or like highlighter going towards piss yellow reputation of needs work. You can have orange reputation, which is needs work, or red reputation, where it's just avoid me, avoid me. Warning, I am an asshole. Don't play with me.
I will call you stupid and tell you don't know how to play the game.
Yes, and use every single expletive I can think of. And some you've never heard of.
And some that I think are and really aren't.
Yep. Yeah, the player's reputation level will be displayed on their gamer card and will be computed using an algorithm. Users who don't receive feedback from other players will receive a good reputation level in the long run, while users who receive bad feedback repeatedly will have their reputations scored appropriately. Eventually, players will be labeled as avoid me, while will have reduced matchmaking pairings and privileges revoked, including the ability to Twitch broadcast. Ouch.
So if you be a dick, you can't stream.
Yep. Unless you're smart enough to have a capture device or a capture card, which pretty much means you can get around that.
Which pretty much means anyone that's going to be streaming on Twitch is going to have one anyhow, because I guarantee it to you, the Xbox One's streaming capabilities are not as good as a capture card.
I know PS4 wise it's not.
Okay, that's Sony. They know what the fuck they're doing.
I know.
We're talking about Microsoft. They don't have a clue.
Yeah. Also, just as a quick note, the HDCP on PlayStation 4 should be off by now. I know I know it's upcoming in a patch. I'm not sure.
Sorry,
if
guys.
that
I
patch
had
is...
to completely friggin'. I think I might have to end up friggin' restarting my computer because it is lagging horribly. And there's nothing else on except for this.
I think you forgot to hit the button.
I know he did.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you forgot to hit the button.
Sorry.
You
Hold
said
on.
this and...
Literally, that's what you said.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay, now, what I was saying was, all I've got open is TeamSpeak 3, Task Manager, and Google. And it's only one tab.
Okay.
And I am lagging horribly.
You ran antivirus recently?
My antivirus is always running.
I meant a scan.
Oh, no, I have not.
I would suggest you do that. Might have something on there.
Quick scan. That'll probably take about 3 hours.
Full scan actually does better.
Yeah, you're better off doing a full scan than the quick scan. Anyway, back on topic.
Okay.
A closer look at the reputations. Good players. Majority of gamers will fall into this level. As we've said before, we have plans to introduce rewards for good behavior and look forward to sharing more in the future. Warnings for needed work. Beginning this month, some players will start receiving reputation warnings as their reputation drops due to feedback from the community. The purpose of these communications is to remind players about their effect on the community, encourage them to have more positive interactions, aka stop being a dick.
What?
And they're based on community feedback collected since Xbox One launch. And penalties for Avoid Me. If players do not heed the warnings and continue to have a negative impact on other players in the Xbox Live community, they'll begin experiencing penalties. For example, people with an Avoid Me rating will have reduced matchmaking pairings and be unable to use certain approaches. And so the exact same thing it says up top. Wonderful. Thank you for the redundancy of the information. We designed the algorithm so it won't penalize you for bad reports over a few weeks of play. The post says the system also adjusts for false reports from people that might intentionally report someone of greater skill or for other grieving purposes. While this new reputation system, Microsoft aims to create the best gaming community online. So they've already thought of the fact that people will be troll and try to get people reported. And they are making fixes for that.
Supposedly.
I wonder how they're going to do that, because it's like is it like a certain number of if there's a certain number of reports within an hour, that's like a red flag of, we might want to check this. Because, personally, when I hear algorithm decides things like this, I go, how tolerant is it? Because, again, I point to YouTube. People are trolls. People will report a video for any damn good, for no good reason.
Mm-hmm. Who's to say they won't do that with the accounts too?
That's why I've thought that any type of reputation system needs people to hand check it too. You can't just rely on a computer to tell you whether someone's a dick or not. That's why League has the tribunal. It lets other people decide any type of case, and a lot of people get to have say in it. Because you know about the tribunal, correct?
Yes and no.
Oh, you know how tribunal cases go?
No.
Oh, if you're level 30, you can participate in tribunal cases. Pretty much, this is a case is brought forward where you look at someone who's been reported a lot,
Thank you.
and
I
you
can talk.
determine whether or not it's a fair judgment.
Gosh.
Essentially, you get to be jury for a case.
Hmm.
So you get to see chat logs, you get to see all sorts of other information to determine whether or not this guy is an asshole or it's like a false report of some type.
Okay, so
And
where am I? Where are we doing now?
Game Trailers 1, Xbox Reputation System.
Hold on, I've got to get back to the forums because I was doing that. Oh my god.
But yeah, you get to
Oh my
participate
God.
in cases like that, and a lot of people try and get to be a part of them. And I think there's like a 10-minute time limit per case, so you don't just sit there. Someone doesn't sit there forever and does nothing. Also, you get IP rewards for doing this stuff, for participating in tribunal cases.
Huh.
Yeah.
So it's like jury duty.
It is jury duty.
Only optional
Yes.
instead of mandatory.
Yes.
Crap.
But you get rewards for participating in these cases. And actually calling it correct. Because Riot does check these cases before they send it off to the tribunal.
Mm-hmm.
And they do have final say on the cases. I believe.
I wouldn't mind helping out with something like that.
Right.
That sounds kind of interesting.
Like I said, when it comes to reputation systems, there needs to be people to check it. You just can't rely on a bot. Because the bot can be tricked. Can outsmart technology.
Which, you
Then
know, in all
again-
seriousness, what Microsoft could do is, you know, they've got a team that already watches over the reputation system.
Yeah.
Because they have for a while. But you could also take a page out of Riot's book, and anyone with a good reputation can optionally take part in cases too, and give them like a little bit of Microsoft cash for doing it.
Yeah. Again, YouTube needs to learn from stuff like this and go, maybe we should stop being guilty before innocent and actually be innocent before guilty. You know? Come on, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think there should be a way of, instead of everything that comes through that matches is banned automatically, it should be a case of let it go ahead and be posted, and if someone comes up and reports it, then go from there.
Yeah, there needs to be someone there to enforce the right of fair use.
I mean, I can understand having a bot go through checking for content matches if it's being marked as monetized.
Yeah.
Because then if it has a content match, don't allow it to be monetized.
Yeah.
But as far as just banning it altogether, that's one of those, wow, no.
Yeah, fair use is fair use. You know, you need people to check the videos to go, okay, does this fall under fair use? If it does, let it go. They don't have say anymore. Because it's classified as fair use, like a review.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, well, that's when you need to enforce things. But yeah. Any other thoughts before we move on?
No.
Alrighty then. Next up!
This
People.
one. Yeah.
People.
We
Why?
don't technically have to run through the article. Because really the topic kind of says enough.
19-year-old wrecks stepfather's motorcycle after Xbox outburst. Utah man arrested for damaging his stepfather's bike after his stepdad reportedly shut off his Xbox. Oh Why?
This
People!
this is a case of someone needs to grow the fuck up. You can kind of look through the article and see, but basically, it's a case of this kid's stepfather said to cut the Xbox off. Walks out to the mailbox, comes back, he's still on it, so he cuts it off. And then the kid proceeds to get pissed. And it just escalates from there.
Let's see, he gets 2 remotes thrown at him. He took a knife to a 2009 custom Harley-Davidson FLL, according to the report, with an estimated value of at $40,000. Not surprised.
And then proceeds to run over the bike with his car.
Not only run it over, proceeds to drive into the motorcycle all the way into the wall of the garage.
Yes, they're in my car. Oh, that's right. Dude, where's my car?
And the motorcycle sustained damage everywhere, quote unquote.
I'll say it again. That was a hilarious movie.
Let's see. The bike's front forks, fender frame, and gas tank were all bent, totaling around $25,000 damage. So about half the value of the bike.
Yeah, a little over half the value of the bike.
Stupidity at its finest.
Guys.
What?
What did I miss?
Stupidity at its finest.
Explain.
Keep up.
What the Tommy?
What?
Yeah. Forums be broken.
Why do I think you're broken?
I got on the forums and all I saw was home, blog, Peacemaker 2448's blog, Rampant Epsilon's blog, Tommy Gun 2442's blog, forum, public forum, general discussion, announcement, and news. Dash.
Are you logged in?
Dash. Yes, I am. Staff forum, advertisement, all staff discussion, beta testers only, archives, dash, community staff forums, community relations only.
You're broken because it's not broke.
If you could see what I'm seeing... Okay, instead of it being in like a toolbar, no, it goes all the way down the page. In rows. Home is one row, blogs is another row, Peacemaker 2448's blog is another row, Rampant Epsilon blog is another row. It's all in different rows.
Isn't that how it's supposed to be?
No, not like this.
Okay, I have no clue what the hell's going on because I still opened up a separate page of the forum post and it's completely fine, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
Let me try to refresh it.
Anyway.
And it's still broken. I think V5 is broken.
That's because it's not up yet. Wait, no, it should be up.
No, V5 is up. But V5 is broken.
Oh, I see what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Something with the V5 theme.
I gotta remember which one it is.
V5 is up, and V5 is broken.
Something went screwy with it.
Big Trouble in Little China.
There, now it's
See
you.
what he's...
Now it's your fault.
You fix it now?
26.
Once I figured out which one it was again, yes.
Alright.
But yeah, my only reason I brought this one in was simply because that was one of those, oh my god, people need to seriously grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
He cut off the kid's Xbox, not cut his throat. I mean, my god.
Hold
Apparently,
on,
the
what?
kid also didn't take his recommended doses of anti-anxiety and antidepressant medication, which might explain the outburst.
Still, though, my God.
He wrecked his stepfather's motorcycle because his stepfather turned off his Xbox One?
All I'm gonna say is if you're on anti-anxiety and antidepressants, you have some imbalance issues.
You're on anti-anxiety and antidepressants.
Like I said, you have some imbalancing issues.
Fair enough, but Jesus, that's crossing limits.
It can happen.
That's a motorcycle. He turned off an Xbox One, something that you can turn right back on.
Imbalancing issues. Logic gets thrown out the window.
Okay.
Just putting
Put
that
a
one out.
comedy on.
The 2 Class B misdemeanors and a second-degree felony. Bail's $13,110, according to the booking information obtained by St. George News.
Robin Hood, men in tights.
Yes!
That's a couple.
As Glock has his random outburst.
He's having a squirrel moment. Ignore him.
That one.
Anyway.
He wants that squirrel.
Yep.
Or we could watch Spaceballs.
Anyway. Anyway.
Anyway, moving on before I say something.
Yeah, it sounds like...
Are you kidding me?
Sounds like some imbalancing issues in terms of what the medication was supposed to be for, and just a bad situation going worse. Luckily, no one was injured. Luckily.
Yeah.
I'm
watching that other movie.
sure if it was...
The one you picked out a while
Sure if
ago.
it was a lot
the,
worse.
I'm so gonna mute Glock if he don't fix the background noise.
I can't do anything about it.
I'll remember to
Half
turn on...
of it's
push to
you!
talk.
Thank you.
I was about to say, remember to turn on push to talk, because I think it's turned off again for you. Anyway, any other thoughts on this? Alrighty then. Let's talk about Need for Speed.
Something
movie, not
that
the
we
game.
talked about a while back.
Need for Speed movie hits $100 million at the box office, becoming 18th best performing game movie of all time. The total lifetime box office recipients for the movie goes to 126 million, blowing past the film's 66 million production budget. So hey, it's making money. Yay!
That's good.
I was just gonna double check that 15 listing, because just to make sure, it's like, I wonder if it's like 15 out of like 18. No, it's 15 out of 33. But yes, combined Need for Speed's worldwide box office has reached 12.6 million. Data comes from Hollywood box office reporting service, Box Office Mojo. And it's now the 18th best performing movie based on a video game in the United States box office history. The number one film by a large margin is the 2001 Lara Croft film. And an article even notes that the person who wrote this also went and saw the movie and said it was both great and terrible, which I agree with. Oh, it's a mixed bag of a movie. But yeah, I've pulled up the box office listings. It being at 15th right now, with now at the, 39 million marker? Although that's less than what it said. That's odd. Oh well. Anyway. It being 15th, it beats out Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Street Fighter, Final Fantasies, The Spirits Within, Doom, and the legendarily bad Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh god. Oh god.
But it's not that far away from its next three spots. Hitman, Resident Evil, and Max Payne are just above it. along with Resident Evil Retribution, Pokemon the Movie 2000, and Silent Hill. And we have Resident Evil Extinction, Resident Evil Apocalypse, Resident Evil Afterlife, Lara Croft Tomb Raider 2, Mortal Kombat, Pokemon the first movie, Prince of Persia Sands of Time, and Lara Croft Tomb Raider, rounding out the list going up from there. I see over here there's an Angry Birds movie listed in the near future. And by near future, I mean 2 years from now.
Oh, dear Lord.
We'll get an Assassin's Creed movie for that. Like next year. Around August. Anyway. I think I've said this before. Need for Speed is a mixed bag of a movie. The biggest problem it has is it has a very inconsistent tone. You see, it tries to be something like Fast and Furious, where it's just this fun action movie that doesn't really take itself too seriously.
Right.
At the same time, it tries to be serious with this whole revenge plot that's going on. It does a terrible job of mixing these elements. Because one moment, we're in something out of Fast and Furious. The next moment, we're in a serious revenge plot movie. And it clashes hard at times.
Basically, it's a case of it don't know what it is.
Yeah. It also takes the movie about 30 minutes to actually start. You have, I think, like a 30 to 40 minute prologue. That is just Aaron Paul's character getting to the point where he is in jail, and now he's out of jail, and now we can actually begin the damn movie. Which, for those wondering what the hell this movie's about, it's about Aaron Paul's character, who's a mechanic at a shop in small town like New York somewhere. And he has his crew. Essentially, he builds this fancy Mustang that has this HUD set up on the windshield that shows the side mirrors and the speedometer for some reason. I slightly understand the side mirrors because aerodynamically, if you take the side mirrors off, it would go get you maybe a tenth of a mile per hour, maybe. And that would matter. Although they still put side mirrors on there for no damn reason. They're just really flat knobs sticking out the side. I don't know why. They don't function. Take the damn knobs off. But they build this really fancy Mustang and sell it for a lot of money. But Aaron Paul gets talked into a race with his pal that he doesn't like. And their third annoying friend, I guess, is also in this race. And the three of them race really fast cars. The bad guy kills the annoying friend. And Aaron Paul's character is blamed for it. Because apparently there were only 2 cars at the scene. We can't find evidence of a third car. Even though eyewitness reports would tell you there are 3 fucking cars. And I guarantee you, even if that car was wrecked, there is paint of the third car on it. That does not match the other car that Aaron Paul is driving. I'm not one to nitpick a movie, but for fuck's sakes, people, if you're trying to do this whole setup, at least put some more thought into it. And Aaron Paul gets out of jail 2 years later. And then we start this whole revenge plot where Aaron Paul's character is trying to win this cross-country race. Or not this cross-country race. This really big money race that has all the cars that are involved on the line. And he's driving the Mustang there to get in. And people are after him because he got a price put on his head by the bad guy. And you get the picture from there.
And one of the main things about the movie is he has to actually be invited in, so he's got to do something stupid just to get invited in. Stupid,
right.
Crazy, and kind of cool.
Right, which clashes heavily with the whole revenge plot thing, you know? You also have the main female character who swings heavily back and forth between being the badass female character archetype or the wuss female character archetype. They can't pick one. it swings back and forth between the two, and it's inconsistent and doesn't make a goddamn lick of sense after a while.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, looking at the list, I guess it's better than some of the movies it's higher up from. But look, you're a video game movie. You're in a class of movies that are all around the same quality,
Pretty much, yeah.
which is not that good. I mean, to be fair, you have the Pokemon movies listed on here, and for the most part, those are good. For the most part. Although, for some reason, Pokemon Forever and Pokemon Heroes are way down there. Those probably shouldn't count, because I believe those were probably limited theater releases. Actually, no, wait, no. Yeah, it's only about 200 theaters. Whereas everything else is above 1,000.
Yeah, that shouldn't be classified there.
Yeah.
Or
Of
if
course,
it
you're above.
was, they should try to modify the numbers to reflect as if it was in as many theaters as the others.
Yeah. I mean, I personally didn't hate the movie, but I didn't really like it.
It wasn't
It
really
was
one that you'd go back and watch again, what was it?
no. It's not even one that I would want to bash hard because there's good elements here. Like all of the action stuff is fantastically done because it's all realistic. It's all done practical. There's very limited use of CGI, and it works.
Except for that car wreck in the 3-person race. That was
Yeah, but
it,
like he said,
Which
very limited.
yeah, but
which part was
still.
CGI in that?
You seriously couldn't tell?
Not really.
If you pay attention to the wreck, you watch the way he's flying, part of it is CGI. It has to be the way he ends up flying.
Well, that's true. How that car flew was stupidly unrealistic, even for that car.
Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sakes, I've seen NASCAR wrecks that are less ridiculous than that, and they're pulling
Yeah.
the same speeds.
Yup.
But yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, what part was that? Because I figured it was just like a whole bunch of weird cuts. I didn't really catch the CGI in that. I figured they just cut the footage together for to manage to pull off that ridiculous crash. Like, yes,
Yeah.
totally pitted him, and somehow he goes flying off the damn bridge.
Yup. And then when he lands, his car, or no, when he starts to wreck, his car bursts into flames. That makes no freaking sense at all.
No, not really. Anyway, but yeah. It's not that good, but it's not that bad. It's kind of that middle of the road movie that it's got good scenes, but a good movie it is not.
It's good if you're looking at it for how it is, but it sucks if you're looking at the story kind of deal.
Yeah. Honestly, the trailers kind of take away some of the best scenes from the movie. Which,
Huh.
that's all the driving scenes. So, if you want to see this, wait for a DVD release. Pick it up from a red box. Watch all the action scenes. Ignore the entirety of the plot and the characters. Aaron Paul does his best, but he's not given much to work with. And the rest of the actors do their best to try to fill the roles, but at the end of the day, it tries to be two things, but doesn't have a clear picture of how these two things become one.
Well, that's something that I have a problem with too, right there. You'll see a movie like this, where really the story kind of suffers, but the movie itself isn't that bad.
Yeah.
And people will rag about the actor. and try to make it sound like the actor is the reason why the movie sucked story wise. That's not
No.
always the case.
No.
That really isn't.
Yeah, and that's definitely not the case here. You can pick up that both Aaron, that the entire cast is working the best with what they can. And Aaron Paul is good in this, and he's from Breaking Bad, I believe. He's like
Yep.
of Breaking Bad fame. He's the main role in this, and he does a good job. Main female character, even though she's swinging back and forth between these two personalities, she pulls it off. It's just terribly written.
And so that's what a lot of people don't realize, and that kind of irritates me at times. Because they'll be like, oh, so-and-so did a horrible job in that movie. Well, did you ever once think that maybe that was just how it was wrote?
Yeah.
And that the writing was what was terrible? I mean, that's usually what pisses me off right there.
Yeah, it's that's definitely the case for Need for Speed. The actors are fine. The problem is all the stuff that's under the hood for this one. Pun partially not intended there. The mechanics of this movie are the problem, not what you see on screen. Again, partially not intended. But what? How else
You
am I
tried
supposed
your
to say it?
damnedest not to do it, and you're still doing it every time. That's what's funny.
How am I not supposed to say it that way? What better description can I give for this besides the fact that it's actually a pun?
There's not really one. I'll give you that, but I just
Yeah.
keep finding it hilarious that you're trying to avoid puns, and it just is not working.
No, not with this movie, but yeah. Also, the Mustang was nice, although I was disappointed I didn't get the final action scene. Because we had to follow some bullshit premonition thing from the beginning of the movie from the annoying character that got killed. Because he said to Aaron Paul, is like, you'll take his car and you'll win the big race. So he did take his car and he won the big race. And before that, he got to stare at a lighthouse. Which he did. Twice.
Because once wasn't good enough.
Yeah. Well, granted, the first lighthouse was just a starting light. It wasn't an actual lighthouse. The second one was an actual lighthouse.
Ah.
Yeah, that slightly disappointed me, but all the cars look nice. And the scene they filmed down in Georgia, that's not too far from here. Good luck seeing your vehicle in there if you participate in that, because it's all a night scene. Because the scene they filmed down here
What
was
scene?
at a
What?
the movie theater.
What part? What movie?
The movie theater, you know, the outdoor movie theater.
Oh. What movie?
Need for Speed, the one we're still discussing.
Keep up, Glock.
Okay. I'm trying. Oh, by the way, yeah, my uncle thinks that the Super Mario Bros. Movie was cool.
Yeah, it's a fine movie. Adaptation, on the other hand, no. Nope. But yeah, that I believe that's the scene that they filmed down in Georgia. That I heard about from local news. Yeah, good luck finding your car in that. If you actually participated in the filming of that scene. Because you can only see at least decently the first, like, 3 rows of cars in that movie theater. Yeah. Anyone else have any thoughts on Need for Speed before we move on?
No.
Eh.
Alright, then. Next up. Another person has left Naughty Dog. Uncharted 4 director leaves Naughty Dog for Riot.
So, what does that mean for Riot exactly?
They get a former Naughty Dog employee. Uncharted 4 game director Justin Richmond specifically has just announced that he's leaving position at Naughty Dog and works for League of Legends developer Riot. They Stating for IGN, I have in fact made the decision to leave Naughty Dog. I love the company and the people and know that they will continue to create awesome games and going forward. On a happier note, after careful consideration and exploration, I have joined Riot Games. There is some really innovative stuff going on here, and I can't wait to be a part of it. PlayStation 4 exclusive Uncharted game was announced last year at the PlayStation 4 launch event in New York, but it's made headlines recently with the departure of lead writer Amy Hennig. While original reports posted that Hennig was forced out of the company, The Last of Us creative directors Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley, Last of Us creative directors Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley. Naughty Dog clarified in a later statement that they were not involved in what transpired. So, yeah. 2 people from the Uncharted 4 creative team have left Naughty Dog. Odd.
Kind of makes you
Very-
wonder what they're doing.
Yeah. That does make me wonder what's going on with Uncharted 4. Or it's just internally in Naughty Dog and altogether, because...
It kind of almost makes me wonder if Naughty Dog's seeing how big Uncharted 2 and 3 got and are trying to force them to do stuff that they didn't want to do with the series. Because you think about it, the lead writer and the game director.
Yeah, that's 2 big positions.
Yeah. Kind of makes you wonder.
Well, the thing that gets me wondering is, how many times have we heard about Naughty Dog being caught up in some bad PR? Not often.
Not often, really.
Naughty Dog's one of the companies that keeps their nose clean and doesn't pull bad things, either to their fans or their to employees. And all of a sudden have 2 employees leave makes me wonder, well, what did happen? Is this just a kind of a mutual breakup, or they're just kind of leaving to explore other options and they're just leaving on good terms, or has something changed? Has something happened internally in Naughty Dog to cause this departure?
I mean, I know time will tell, but it seriously is starting to look more along the lines of Naughty Dog's trying to step in more on the Uncharted 4 game just to try to get new things that they want to see in there that might go against the story or the purpose of Uncharted.
Possible. Although I have to wonder where they would go after Uncharted 3. Like honestly, Uncharted 3 ended on kind of a really cool note. That honestly, you didn't have to make another game after that. Kind of a nice end to the series.
So see, maybe it wasn't necessarily their ideas to go on with the story.
True.
Maybe it was something Naughty Dog pushed them to do.
True. And people have... I don't know if... I don't remember if IGN speculated that 4 might be a prequel to the series, but I doubt that because the one that's on the Vita has already covered prequel material. I don't think they're going to delve too deeper into that area. If anything, this might be a coming back around from potential prequel material from what IGN was talking about in terms of the trailer from way back when.
Yeah.
They were speculating that it might be someone from Nathan's past that's come back to haunt him, and drawing parallels between that and, well, what the game is centralized around. But yeah. This is going to be one of those long-term things we'll have to wait and see on, because I'm not one to say, well, Naughty Dog, well, there's problems in Naughty Dog, when there might just not be. It might just be a coincidence that these 2 people have just left.
It might be. But like I said, it kind of makes me wonder, because that's 2 high positions there. and they just walk away from it. That don't sound right.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Although this,
something's up there.
yeah, of course, I'm personally biased to where I'm willing to give Naughty Dog the benefit of the doubt and willing to give them that long term wait to see what's going on before I go wanting to smack people upside the head for being dumb. Personally speaking,
Oh, don't get me wrong. I've seen good out of Naughty Dog.
yeah,
It's just a case of that's the first thing that kind of comes to mind. As like someone higher up is expecting them to do something that really would go against the game. So they're like,
yeah,
no, we're not doing it. We'll leave before we do it.
yeah. But I will say, this is a big plus for Riot. Naughty Dog. I would say is full of some great talent, and Riot gets one of their game directors. It's gotta be a boon for them somewhere. Not sure how well translation goes from experience to what Riot does. Who knows? Not sure what exactly entails the game director's position. You don't either, do you?
No.
Yeah. But, hey, talent's talent. Maybe he can help push League to go a little bit more into the lore stuff. I mean, come on, guys. You've got all these characters. Be nice if you do a lot more with lore with them.
Or who's to say that Riot isn't planning on maybe getting into the FPS end of it?
That wouldn't quite make sense with Naughty Dog's experience. To be more third person, but yeah.
True. Then maybe they might be headed third person.
Yeah.
Although
That
you've got to admit, they could do quite a few games if they based off of some of the lore of their current champions.
Let's see. You can do a stealth game with Talon, or any of the other assassin-like characters. You could do. You know what would be really cool? An LA Noir-esque game based around the Piltover champions.
Well, you look, you've got them, you've got the Freylord champions.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough variation, and there's at least two champions based around each set of lore.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of content that they could do to help improve that lore in separate games that
Yeah.
people would eat up.
Yeah. Because to be fair, I know some people just don't give a damn about the League lore. I do to a certain extent. You know, I read some of the champions' lores, especially the ones I'm interested in.
Same here. If it's a champion that I'm playing or I plan on playing, I read the lore. I mean,
Well, I've always thought that League needs to branch out to other media because they could do so much with it. They have just all this potential just waiting to be uh explored. You have so many potential ideas, and you pretty much have this intricate web of connections where you can pretty much play 6 degrees of 6 degrees of separation with any League champion.
yeah.
You can connect one champion to another by 6 things at the very least. I can almost guarantee that. Any champion, new or old. And I don't just mean allies, enemies, whatnot. I mean actual, like, lore connections. Which, that plays into it, but that's beside the point. But yeah. Any other thoughts on that before we move on?
Nah.
Alright, then next up, Microsoft on loaning and gifting digital Xbox One games. We totally believe in that future. Xbox boss Phil Spencer says Microsoft is now fully heads down, and working to introduce new marketplace functionality to the Xbox One. Let's see, they're committed to expanding the digital marketplace functionality with new features like loaning and gifting downloadable titles. Very much the same way I believe Steam works. I know on the gifting part, but I'm not sure on the loaning part. Loaning is the same way, correct?
I don't know. I never have actually gotten to play with that one, so yeah.
Yeah. Speaking with GameStop from the 2014 game GDC last week in San Francisco, Spencer made it clear that digital will be a focus going forward. I believe in digital future on our box, Spencer said, making sure to point out that retail is important to the company as well. Spencer said Microsoft can maintain its business with traditional retailers while simultaneously beefing up its own digital initiatives. The kind of skimming through some of the quotes just to see if there's anything else. Valve's Steam Marketplace currently allows its 65 million users to gift games to friends. The company also recently introduced a family sharing program that lets users play on one another's games, and even earn their own achievements and save progress via the cloud. The cloud, the greatest piece of technology since the internet. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that one. Microsoft originally planned to offer its own family sharing plan for Xbox One, which will have allowed users to share their titles with up to 10 others for any one console. But the company ditched this feature after its reversed a number of controversial Xbox One policies in June. This functionality and other new features appear to be ready for a comeback. Addressing the controversy, Phil said about the policy reversals from a month later after the E3 last June. I know when I said this, I always get beat up, but I think some of what we were trying to say last summer was right, Spencer said. That said, Spencer made it clear that Microsoft could have done a better job in communicating the value of its since reversed digital incentives or initiatives. This is the first time Spencer has addressed last summer's Xbox One controversy. Speaking at South by Southwest this month, Spencer said, "When you're going to say something to a consumer that might put them off, it's better just to be direct and honest rather than trying to sugarcoat something that might be controversial."
Yeah. How'd that work last E3, Microsoft?
Not really. Well, it didn't help that they addressed nothing. They didn't sugarcoat any of the things that people were worried about the Xbox One. They just didn't talk about it, and kind of did the whole jingle the keys in front of your eyes, like look at the games, look at the games, look at the games. Ignore the fact that we're in kind of hot water at the moment, or the fact that Sony tore us a new one and pretty much took that opportunity to tear into them on all of the points that people were talking about. But I will say, if they were honest and were a lot more upfront with all the crap they were trying to do, it would have went over better if they tried just to explain why they're pulling this stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh yeah, we're doing this thing, this thing, this thing, and this thing. What you want us to actually explain what's going on? Nah. But yeah, when it comes to the whole gifting and loaning, honestly, I think that's where digital games needs to go. If digital games wants to be really viable, well, the digital marketplace for gaming wants to be really viable, gifting and loaning are going to need to be a huge part of that. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you can essentially say you can do everything you do with a physical copy of a game, except it's digital now, that will be huge. Because now people are going to go, oh, so I don't need the physical copy anymore. I can just use this digital copy. And you know what's also better about digital copies?
No damage.
Well, besides that, more for developers and publishers. Less of that pie needs to be split among people.
True.
Instead of having to split that pie of revenue with various retailers, now you're taking some of those portions of the pie and bringing it back home to the publishers, developers. The only difference is you're taking probably some parts of those pies and putting it towards the digital outlets. And even then, it's probably less than the retail outlets in terms of money. So that will be huge if that ever gets off the ground. I say if. But anyway, any other thoughts on that before we move on?
No.
I've got a quick drop.
Alrighty then. Let's move on. Next up, a little bit of a quick one. Bulletstorm was removed from Steam for reasons yet to be determined. Epic Games 2011 for an FPS. Bulletstorm is no longer available on Steam.
But
Uh,
why?
Epic Games has yet to comment on the situation. Bulletstorm is still available through EA's Origin download platform. You can buy it for $20 today. Which
Yes,
from
only today because it'll be gone tomorrow.
Yes. And from what I know about Bulletstorm, that sounds like a good deal. Bulletstorm, I don't think it wasn't that impressive of a game, but it was still like a decent to good game that's probably well worth that $20.
Okay, refresh the forums. My quick draw's in.
Alright. Some notes about Bulletstorm 2. People Can Fly started working on Bulletstorm 2, but would later abandon this game and to work on Gears of War Judgment instead. So, yeah. Bulletstorm is gone. It's yet to be known why. My guess is probably some conflict with Origin, where it's like, oh, we want it on our Steam system, Steam version. Steam's like, well, meh, meh. Probably something happened there.
Probably.
Yeah. Something quick, and we can move on from there. I forgot to note that this one was a video. My bad.
Yes, you did.
So,
Anyway,
we'll
moving
move on to Disney's Magic World. Apparently, it's video games of the game, as you can do pretty much anything ever based on this new game. We've seen lots of vision so far on the Animal Crossing-like village exploration gameplay. You can hunt heartless like ghosts in dungeons and fight bosses, take photos, collect up to 300 cards, street pass, dine with friends, and collect items, as well as use AR cards. Jury's out on how fun any of this will be, but it's interesting to see Nintendo promote this so heavily, much less publish this game in the US, considering how close it is to one of their flagship franchises. So yeah, but we get a look at Disney Magical World. Which, if they promoted anything like Infinity, it's going to be all over the goddamn place.
Yeah.
Although, I haven't heard about Disney Infinity that much.
Yeah, recently it's kind of died off.
Yeah. Although, I have seen, like, new Skylanders commercials.
Well, then Infinity won't be much far behind.
Yeah. And yet again, I say, hey, Disney, if you want Infinity to really succeed, get some more old school stuff in there. Saying. That'll really get people invested in this. Like, more than just Mickey. You have gobs of characters that are older than most of what's in Disney Infinity that you can really make content out of. Although I'm sure Frozen is making them a lot of money because apparently that is a huge movie right now.
Yeah. It's went way out there. That's for sure.
Highest grossing animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
The highest grossing animated movie. It is like up in, I want to say at least the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time. At the very least. I don't know what the hell happened, but Frozen has taken... Frozen.
Oh, yeah.
That movie has blown up. Granted, I haven't seen it yet.
It was a good movie. It really was.
Glock, I don't think I've said this to you. That whole thing about that one song from Frozen being apparently remixed all over the place. Apparently, I missed out on all that until I saw a video that was joking about that.
You missed out on all that?
Apparently! It's just like the whole Skyrim arrow to the knee thing. I didn't even know about arrow to the knee until I saw someone reference it, and I'm like, wait, what? What is
Same here on that one.
What is this whole arrow to the knee? Oh, it's a Skyrim thing. Wait, the Skyrim thing? I played that game. I don't remember any arrow to the knee thing.
Oh, Jesus.
And hell, that's prominent enough. The other Transformers animated cartoon, Rescue Bots, actually references it.
References what?
Arrow to the knee.
It does?
Yes. Although it was it was like a video game-esque episode, so it's like it's a pass by me because I'm like, they even referenced that all your base belong to us thing that gets referenced all the time. I'm just like, yeah, I appreciate the little references. But anyway, get this trailer all queued up and ready.
Uh-huh, sure do.
Glock, do you have it queued up and ready?
Glock.
Sorry, I keep muting my mic so that everything stays. I'm trying to hold on.
Push the talk.
Push to talk.
I don't like push to talk. You've already seen what happens when I use push to talk.
Well, it's the exact same as you muting, except you have a shortcut for the button.
Alright.
Just saying.
It's a shame there's not
Better?
such a thing as toggle push to talk.
Well, like I said, it's pretty much the same thing, only you now have a shortcut for the button.
Alright, so let's see. I am ready.
Alright, then. Taking a look at Disney Magical World in 3, 2, 1, go.
Rated E for everyone.
With mild cartoon violence. As Mario stares into your soul off in the corner.
You noticed that too.
Yep. Well, I do agree with this article. This looks like Disney Crossing. Except it getting action adventure and we are delving into the whole Kingdom Hearts thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is going everywhere.
Anyone want to take a wild guess and say they're trying to do too much?
Oh, it looks like it.
They are definitely trying to do too much.
It's like Animal Crossing crossed with a little bit of Kingdom Hearts crossed with everything else.
Yeah, basically.
Like, it would have been cool if they just stuck to the Animal Crossing idea. That or the Kingdom Hearts idea. Slightly. But yeah. Also, totally not ripping off the Nintendo Mii's right there. Just saying. Although I believe that it's Nintendo Mii's to begin with, so it's adding that in.
Which is probably the only reason Nintendo's pushing it as hard as they are.
Yeah, because everyone loves the Mii's, right? Right?
Cricket chirp.
Well, they could get a spot in Smash Brothers. I mean, we're totally not going to give one to Reggie Fils-Aimé for whatever fucking reason. You know, there's actually there was a petition to try to get Reggie into Smash Brothers. Like, legit. Reggie in Smash Brothers.
Wow.
Okay, people, I know he is a meme machine, but for fuck's sakes, there are better characters that get into Smash Brothers than Reggie Fils-Aimé. Seriously, the spot should go to somebody else. Like, I'm sorry, if we're gonna add in an actual Nintendo Nintendo employee, maybe we should put in the guy who created half the people that are on the roster. You know, Miyamoto. You know, I'm willing to say he should get in before Reggie. Just saying. Miyamoto did create half the guys that are on the roster, and did create half the franchises that exist in Nintendo. Hell, anybody who's helped create a franchise out of Nintendo probably deserves a spot better than Reggie. Reggie's most known for all the damn memes he starts on accident. As the internet takes it too far. Just like the internet does. Yeah. Any other thoughts on Magic Land? Or Magic World? Magical World? Why am I saying Magic World?
Cause it's Disney.
Well, the
Need I say
Disney
more?
thingy.
No.
Alright, then next up, another quick one. Square Enix has trademarked Deus Ex, Mankind Divided.
What?
The folks behind Human Revolution are working on a new Deus Ex for current generation consoles and PCs. Could its title be Mankind Divided? Square Enix trademarked the phrase in the United Kingdoms, reports CVG. Sure seems thematically appropriate. During the announcement for the aforementioned unnamed project, studio head David Unfossi spoke about the concept art, saying that saying the piece shows transhuman segregation, which is a backdrop to our vision for the next Deus Ex. It represents a ghetto city voluntarily built in order to separate the classes. That certainly does play into the whole Mankind Divided title. Hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool to hear. I got to play a Human Revolution a little bit. I liked what I played. But, like I said, quick one. No thoughts?
No. Not really familiar with the series, so I can't really say anything about it.
Black, do you have anything to say?
Not really. Not
Alright then, next up.
interested.
I'm sure people are gonna be... I'm sure this kicked up some storm.
No pitchforks and torches allowed in the Twitch chat.
There were
Just
death
saying.
threats because of this.
Yep. Facebook acquires the Oculus VR for around $2 billion. We thought Disney was spending the money. Facebook busted out $2 billion for the virtual reality headset.
Yeah. Lovely to see that everyone's Facebook credits are going to good use. Hashtag sarcasm.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, all that money I spent on the Avengers Alliance went to pay for this deal, apparently. Facebook announced today it has reached an agreement to acquire virtual reality headset maker Oculus VR Incorporated for approximately $2 billion. Spread across $400 million in cash and 23.1 million shares of Facebook common stock. An extra $300 million earn out in cash and stock tied to certain undisclosed milestones. Sounds like a bit of a complex deal. Expected to happen in the second quarter of 2014. Facebook plans to extend Oculus' existing advantage in gaming to new verticals, including communications, media and entertainment, education, and other areas. Reads a press release. Given these broad potential applications, virtual reality tech is a strong candidate to emerge as the next social and communication platform. Say that to Nintendo, and they'll talk about the Virtual Boy. Granted, that's a bit of a opinion because the Virtual Boy came out in like the 90s. Yeah, that's only like what 15 years ago. We've come a long way since then. Actually, no, it was probably like 20-something years ago now. But yeah. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg elaborated on the acquisition of a post, writing that we're going to be focused on helping Oculus build on their product and develop partnerships to support more games. Oculus will continue operating independently within Facebook to achieve this. And so yeah, Facebook now owns a virtual reality headset company.
Okay.
Anyone who
Now just to wait for Farmville VR.
Oh dear Christ. Why?
Just cause.
Oh dear. I'll be honest. I really don't care. Probably doesn't help that I'm not into motion controls, and a virtual reality headset seems even more just why? I mean, the most impressive things I've seen out of the Kinect are things for non-gaming applications. Just saying. I saw someone program the Kinect to recognize sign language. You could totally use that for other stuff besides gaming. And I'm just thinking, well, it's the Oculus Rift. How impressive is this supposed to be? I know we've covered like an Oculus Rift game before. Remember that shitty game?
Yeah.
That's probably not the best first impression for the Oculus Rift, but if this is what I'm to expect in terms of gaming with the Oculus Rift, it can go join the Ouya in the corner to be forgotten. Everyone remembers the Ouya, right?
I remember.
Thankfully, yes.
Yeah. See how much fanfare that thing got now compared to when it came out?
Wait, I actually, last time I remember we talked about it was at E3. What all happened to it?
It came out and no one cares.
But it's an Ouya.
But there's nothing on it worth noting. There are Facebook games on there that you can play on Facebook without buying the damn box.
But you get the box.
Yes, I totally want a 12-pound paperweight.
And a controller.
Yes, a controller I can throw at somebody.
And you can play it on your TV.
I can watch something else on my TV.
But
Ouya.
Like I said, nobody cares about it anymore because no one's talking about it at all. The thing has disappeared into the ether.
Not really. There was an article that I saw when I was skimming through yesterday.
What was it about when it comes to the
I don't
Ouya?
remember.
So we've gotten one article since E3 about the Ouya, really?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it was the focus of the article. I think it was kind of just a point.
I say again, no one really cares about the Ouya. It has disappeared into the ether to be forgotten until like 20 years from now when we're looking at the consoles that came out around this time.
No, the Ouya
Yep.
will come back. Facebook will buy it.
Oh, dear Christ! Now we can combine two obscure gaming platforms to try to make it better.
The Ouya and Oculus combined.
But
Oh,
the
God.
Ocula?
Yes,
That's what
the
it'll combine
Ocula.
to, is the Ocula.
The Ocula, yes. Meet Facebook's newest monster, the Ocula.
Yeah, essentially, I'm starting to believe that the Ouya has become the Philips CDI of our day. It had its moment, and then it disappeared. Philips CDI is best remembered for the shitty the licensed Nintendo games it had on it. Ouya was a Kickstarter project. Like the most noteworthy thing you can say about it. And I think it has like Sonic, like one of the Sonic episode games on it, and that's about it. But yeah, it's become like the Philips CDI of our day. Got
Yeah.
its one note in the history book and gone. But yeah. Any other thoughts on the Oculus Rift bought out by Facebook, essentially?
No.
Alright. Next up, stupidity at its finest. Wolfenstein, the New Order Panzerhut Edition announced. Includes a statue
Yeah.
of the beast, but not a copy of the game.
Yes, you get to buy the collector's edition, but we will tell you now the collector's edition does not involve the game.
Covering the original story first, it's the collector's edition for Wolfenstein New Order. Only 5,000 copies of the Panzerhund edition will be made available for $100 through the company's official store.
Yes, I'll pay $100 for a freaking special edition of a game that I'm not gonna get with the special edition.
Okay. The box the items come in will be number 2. The items include an 8-inch fully articulated hand-painted Panzerhund statue. In base, a folder containing documents such as maps, case files, letters, and blueprints, a set of 14-inch vintage postcards from Wolfenstein's alternate 1960s, 3 embroidered patches, dog tags, and a steel bookcase for the game.
That you won't have.
It comes with the case for the game, but you don't get the game. Sorry, people.
Yay! Cases!
Yay! Everything else.
Bethesda has clarified to IGN that the below collector's edition will not include a copy of the game. The product listing reads: the collector's edition does not include a copy of the game. Keep your pre-order at your favorite retailer, and we'll send you these goodies separately. This way, we can ship these boxes worldwide and not stuck waiting for the game to come along with an oversized, expensive shipping box. Still sounds like a stupid excuse to not put the damn game in it. Like, seriously.
In short, they were saying, we just want more money from you.
Simply put, it sounds like you're paying $160 for 2 separate boxes. One contains all the cool stuff, the other is the game.
Bingo!
And the game didn't even look that good when we looked at it, last show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Why? Why make a collector's edition if you're not gonna put the goddamn game in it? It's not a collector's edition in!
It's just a prop box.
It's... what the fuck? I have never heard of a collector's edition that does not include the game that it's supposed to be a collector's edition of.
Their next excuse is, we wanted to be special.
Terrible mentality to have at times. But yeah, any other thoughts on that?
They wanted to be special.
I'll take that as a no.
No.
Moving on. Moving on, an interesting little note about Infamous 2. Apparently, the evil ending was supposed to be the canon ending until player data changed it. The infamous Second Son had to make a decision which ending of Infamous 2 would be made canon. Would it be the good ending or the evil ending? According to studio head Nate Fox, the canonical ending was supposed to be evil before player data changed the studio's direction. I wrote the evil ending of the game to be the continuation, Fox told Eurogamer, but we looked at player trophies on PSN for Infamous 2. 78% of people decided to sacrifice Cole, so we said, alright, these are the votes. Of course, while Nate admits to being disappointed not being able to continue the story in the way he wanted it to, he does see the benefit of being able to wipe the slate clean. We worked on him for so long, and the world was in a good spot, so that's what I was hoping it would be, he said. I was definitely grumpy, but I'm happy now that it ended up the way it did. With a new hero, new powers, and a new story, it's a lot easier for people who've never played Infamous to get into the series. And a note on Shake News' review. And yes, Infamous Second Son does have two different endings, so... Ooh. So, I guess another look at the trophies will determine which ending goes where. But I just found it interesting that they had an ending in mind that was going to be the canonical ending. And then they realized most of the people picked the other ending. And it kind of made them go, maybe we should go a different direction with this. And Infamous Second Son came out all right because of it. From what I've read and what I've watched, Infamous Second Son sounds like an all right game. Although the morality system is still a bit old-fashioned. You know what I mean when I say that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was just interesting that that Sucker Punch was going to go a different direction before they actually saw that people were picking other things for Infamous 2. Kind of shows the company actually kind of listening to their fans and going, huh. People seem to be more interested in the good ending than the evil ending. Well, why don't we just take a game from there? And it even sounds like the folks behind there, well, they were a little grumpy at first, but you know what? They made it work. They were happy to take it in a different direction. Hell, gives them something new to work with in terms of the Infamous universe, so... Yay! It all works out somehow. Any thoughts on this before we move on?
No.
Alrighty then. Next up.
Wait, the Google Maps Pokemon Challenge was real?
It was a real April Fool's joke.
There's a thing that...
You let go of the button.
Again.
Dang it!
Hold the button.
Every time I hold the button and I try to scroll, it freaking changes the zoom.
You might want to change what the button is set to.
But, it says that, apparently it's true. You launch the app, hit the space bar, and press start, and you'll be able to start hunting down the Pokemon.
Just because it's an April Fool's joke doesn't mean it doesn't actually exist. Just saying.
So you're actually able to do it?
Probably. I don't know.
That is cool.
Anyway, back to what we're actually going to talk about. Two things that, in theory, should not be mixed together are being mixed together: League of Legends and Game of Thrones. The two will be getting an official mash-up trailer. League of Legends is coming to HBO, sort of. A new partnership between developer Riot Games and the subscription cable network will result in a mashup trailer starring characters from the MOBA and Game of Thrones. How quaint, as the article puts it. Riot Games VP Dustin Beck explained that there is a great overlap between LOL players and people that watch Game of Thrones, or GOT, as he says. This was a good way to explore reaching that demographic through new media, he told. Beck explained that this partnership will ultimately result in the mashup trailer. They're going to be getting some marketing assets, whether that's logo bugs or website takeovers, he said. But we're also working with their team to produce a mashup trailer. They're giving us some exclusive sneak peeks into footage that hasn't been seen before.
So essentially, we're gonna get League of Thrones.
Sounds like it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some Game of Thrones themed skins for certain League champions out of this.
Oh, I'm sure that'll happen.
Yeah. And plus the mashup trailer, and I'm like, Game of Thrones with League of Legends. This is an odd combination.
Yeah, it is.
And I guess the overlap exists. Granted, gamers are a wide variety these days, so I'm not too surprised that gamers watch Game of Thrones. I watch people's reviews of Game of Thrones. So that doesn't surprise me too much. But yeah. League and Game of Thrones having a bit of a crossover of sorts. Something to watch out for. Guess we can move on to our last article so we can wrap up the show. So we're just now hitting the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
Alright. And to wrap up our articles, Ridley Scott himself will be producing a Halo digital feature with a new Spartan hero. Director Ridley Scott of Alien and Blade Runner fame is the executive producer of a Halo project coming this year. According to Microsoft, it will be done through Scott's production company, Scott Free TV, with President David Zucker also producing. Neither will be handling the directional duties personally. However, as that's going to...
Sergio Mimica gets done.
What Glock said, who has directed episodes of various TV shows like Prison Break and Falling Skies. The Wrap reports that the series will follow a new Spartan protagonist separate from Master Chief. Prison Break creator Paul Schuring will be writing the digital feature. That is also said to be a separate project than the Spielberg-produced series being made for Xbox One. Its legacy won't be entirely removed from Spielberg, though, as...
The director.
Mimica gets done.
That's what I was waiting for. Was first an assistant director on several films, including Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan. Microsoft expects to share details at E3. Presumably, at the time, we'll get more details on its large entertainment plans as well. So, more Halo media content. This time with
Why
Ridley
do y'all
Scott.
have such a problem with pronouncing names?
That was just a weird name.
I guess so. Alright.
I'm fine with some names. Other times, I just screw it up terribly.
You're afraid to butcher it, that's all.
But yeah, honestly, I'm kind of excited for it. I'm happy to see that Halo's kind of branching out and maybe trying something new. And Spielberg and Ridley Scott are both well-known science fiction directors.
Wait. Since when did Amazon have a game studio?
Since they've been trying to make a game console.
Okay then. Son
Yeah.
of a... Stop zooming! Stop it.
I told him he should try to change the push to talk button.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, could be interesting to see what they're going to do. Granted, we'll have to wait till E3, and E3 is going to be all about Halo, won't it, at this rate?
At this rate, yes.
We're going to have an entire hour dedicated to Halo.
Halo, Halo, Halo.
Because we're going to have Halo 5. We'll have Halo 2 Anniversary. We'll have 2 different Halo projects. That should fill about an hour.
The District 9 director is interested in directing a Halo movie.
That's a third science fiction director wanting an interest in Halo. Although I think we've covered that before. But as I said, Steven Spielberg and Ridley Scott are well-known science fiction directors, and for both of them to be wanting to get their hands on Halo, it should be interesting to see what they can do. Do you have any thoughts on this, Tommy?
Stand by for Titan. I kind of hope it'll follow along with what I was saying. Maybe it'll go towards the novel side of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know for a fact in a lot of the novels it doesn't focus on Chief, so that would be another take on it anyhow.
We have an entire...
It'd be same universe, different look.
Don't we have an entire Spartan team that's trapped inside of a planet?
I think so. I'm not really up on the novels. So
Like, I know that's
here. What the heck?
Because that's a Spartan team that has connections to Chief, but not really. And they're kind of off, trapped in this shield world, I believe. Kind of like how
Requiem is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly how Requiem's set up. They're trapped in like the center of a planet like Requiem. It could be interesting if they told that story and maybe somehow worked it into the new trilogy. I mean,
you mean into the new saga?
Well, yeah, new saga.
Trilogy was bad enough. Then they had to come out and say saga. What the hell?
You know, we have Chief, but how many other Spartans have we had in the entire run of the series? In any of the games? Until 4?
Really, even, including 4, we didn't see that much Spartan activity.
Yeah, and 4 was mostly the Spartans... The Spartans that we have now are not really the Spartans that we had before. It's kind of just a soldier designation, really, more so than a actual military experiment.
Yeah,
That's the right way to say it.
Where Mark 1 through 3s were all experiments, the Mark 4s that we have in Halo 4 are actually government rank.
Yeah, they're more just kind of a spec ops division more than
yeah.
Highly classified government experiment, a military experiment.
Whereas Chief and all the Noble team, they were more experiment side of it.
Yeah.
But, like you said, outside of that, Reach is the only other time we see other Spartans besides Chief.
Yeah. And we know the entirety of Noble team, except for June, is dead.
And it's up for debate on where June is.
Well, it has to be somewhere, because Halsey's in fucking 4, and I have to think, okay, he had to make it off the planet, because fucking Halsey had to make it off the planet, and last time we saw June was with Halsey.
The only thing that I could think is maybe the same thing that happened with 6 happened with June.
That he stayed behind?
To make sure that she could escape. That's the only thing I could possibly think of as to why he's not in 4.
That's possible, but... 6 had a very specific situation that he was caught in. they had a what 6 had a big old like ship closing in on forward on the was it forward on the dawn or was it what was the name of it?
Pillar of Autumn.
Pillar of Autumn. They had a freaking capital ship closing in on the Pillar of Autumn, and he had to take it out. That's why he stayed behind. Unless they had like a similar situation where June had to stay behind to take out some bigger threat, I don't see why he would stay behind. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Granted, it would be nice if Halsey talked about it,
Or if there was any kind of hints as to if he was alive or not. Like, a terminal hidden somewhere that showed the status of him or something.
Or had a status of what all Spartans are still alive. Actually alive, and not the missing in action even though they are dead.
Spartans never die.
That's what I'm saying. How about we get an actual listing of how many Spartans are actually alive right now? Officially. Besides Chief. We all know Chief's alive, but who else is? What are other Spartans are out there? What are they doing? I mean...
Yeah, because, the novels clearly show that there are more Spartans than just Chief.
Yeah.
Even if you go off of the novels, I started into one of them that followed along where the first Halo is. If you go off of it, there's a whole Spartan team that you never even see. So, where are they?
Yeah, and I know reading through some wiki pages, I know Chief has friends that are other Spartans. He has associations with other Spartans that were a part of his class. So where are they at? Because, just gonna say, Chief could use a friend right now, and the closest thing he would have is probably another Spartan. Especially one that he was training with. I think there's at least 3 that are closely associated with him in that aspect. At least 3. Might be wrong on that. Am I wrong on that?
Like I said, I just kind of entered into the beginning of the little novel there, so yeah. I don't know.
I read way too many wiki pages is the problem.
But still, he could not be the only one that was made into a Spartan 2. Where's the rest of them?
Where's the Spartan 1?
Seriously.
Wouldn't it be cool if this Forerunner saga had Chief be introduced into the original Spartan?
Or if by the end of the Forerunner saga, instead of it just being the lone Master Chief saving the universe, you wind up with a key Spartan from each of the models up to now.
Like an all-star team, essentially?
Essentially.
Yeah, that would be really cool, especially if it pulled from all the other multimedia and it pulled in Spartans from elsewhere. Essentially kind of building this all-star cast of here's all these different main characters that are a part of all these different Halo stories that are still alive.
Because
now they come together.
Because if you think about it, the only hole that they would have to try to fill in would be a Spartan 1. Because Chief's a Spartan 2. As far as everyone knows, June is alive. So there's your 3. And then Halo 4 was based around the Spartan 4s. So, in theory, you could pick one of them out of Spartan Ops, and there you go.
Yeah. Plus, if we need multiples, hey, there's those Spartans from Halo Wars. They're still alive. Just saying.
I mean,
Yes, I have to mention.
that would
You
be
realize
nice
that
to
everyone
see
has
it all.
Forgotten about the Spartans from Halo Wars. No one cares.
I have to be the one that mentions it. I have to keep the memories alive of that game, damn it.
Yes, but
You're
no one
fighting a
else
losing
cares.
battle.
I know. But damn it, someone has to actually remember this damn game.
I guess.
Oh, hell.
No, I'm kidding.
But yeah,
But
that would
yeah,
be cool if they did that.
that would be something unique, anyhow.
Yeah, especially where Chief is at, where he is in terms of story and character. He needs somebody there, and if we're not gonna bring the Arbiter back, for God's sakes, because that's the second closest thing besides another Spartan he has to a friend. That's still alive, mind you,
Yeah.
because everyone else is dead, except what, Lord Hood. I think that's like the only other person that he has any decent contact with that's still alive.
Possibly. Because a lot can happen in 4 years.
Yeah. So let's see. Both Keys are dead. Johnson's dead. Cortana, spoilers, dead.
By this point, that's not really spoilers, but yeah.
Yeah,
True.
it's not a spoiler anymore.
I mean, who else does he have besides the Arbiter?
Honestly, I can't think of anyone.
Everyone else is dead. Like, the only other things at that point is like some random person that he has like had conflict with the in the Covenant that has a grudge against him.
So, basically, any of the brutes.
Pretty much just about anybody. How about just like a random grunt that has a grudge against him?
Grunts
should
are
be
cannon fodder.
No, that should be a running joke, is that a grunt has a grudge against them.
That should be, but yeah, they're cannon fodder.
Yeah.
They don't live long enough to have grudges against people.
But what if he's the legendary grunt? What if he's the chief of the grunts? I'm taking this idea way too far.
Oh, God.
Fucking Master Chief of the grunts has a grudge against Chief. Oh, dear God.
I know. He's the leader of the grunts, got pissed off at Chief, and made him a big mech suit that looks like a giant grunt.
Yes! Yes! 343, you better be listening. These are some brilliant ideas coming out.
Well, there's some ideas. I don't necessarily know brilliant, but...
Yeah. We're having just way too much fun with random ideas. Alright, shall we move on to releases then?
Yeah, we shall.
We're so off topic now. Alright. Picking up releases on the 8th. We have Kinect Sports Rivals for Xbox One. I've been seeing commercials of this.
Yay, another Kinect game.
But it's Kinect Sports. It's
Everyone loves sports.
It's like Wii Sports, except I don't think it's that fun. I'm not sure. It might be like one of the only noteworthy Kinect things, but it's made by Rare.
I think you're right. I think that is kind of one of the few Kinect things that was decent out of it.
Yeah, and it's made by Rare. That automatically gives it some street cred.
Not really.
I know. Also on the 8th, for Vita, 3DS, Wii U, Mac, Xbox 360, PS3, and PC, Lego The Hobbit.
And apparently something else, because there's a comma after PC and it's blank.
It's name redacted. Ooh! I know. The in-gear. Oh, please tell me someone actually remembers that. Please tell me I'm not the only one that remembers the
I
in-gear.
think you are.
So
Oh.
hold on. What? I didn't hear half of what you said. What?
Lego the Hobbit on the in-gear because there's a comma after the PC and it's name redacted. Please tell me you remember the in-gear. Actually, I think
Oh
you're
my
too young.
god.
Please tell me you remember the in-gear. Please tell me I'm not the only one that remembers that.
I think I remember it.
Yes! I'm a terrible person for bringing up all this random obscure shit.
Jesus.
Anyway, also on the 8th, PS3 and PC, The Wolf Among Us, Episode 3, A Crooked Mile. And speaking of something we covered already, on the 11th, Disney Magical World on the 3DS.
Hey, you said it right that time.
Yep.
I was waiting for him to screw up and say Disney World.
Actually, it probably would have been more like Disney Magic World, but
Yeah. Picking up on the 15th, we have on Vita and 3DS. Conception 2, Children of the Seven Stars.
Oh, and this next one, I'm sure everyone here is going to want to play.
Yes, on the 15th, for Wii U, Hello Kitty Cruises, with a K. With Sanrio friends?
Sanrio friends.
Sanrio friends. Yes,
Hello
Cruises.
Kitty. Hello Kitty.
Yes, and it's Cruises with a K because
That makes it better.
No, a stolen joke from atop the fourth wall. Gonna put that one out there. If you know the joke, you're good. If not, just go look up an atop the fourth wall episode where that joke actually is in there.
Great.
Also on the 15th for, I assume, PlayStation 4 because it's name redacted otherwise, MLB 14 The Show.
If I had to guess,
You really like redacted right now, don't you?
Redacted.
That's what I said. Redacted.
No, you did not say redacted first.
you put more emphasis on the red part.
Yeah.
Just saying. But I would assume, seeing as how it's PS4, it's probably Xbox One too.
Yep.
Most likely, considering it's a sports game.
Yep. Probably also on all consoles too, except maybe the Wii U because
No one loves the Wii U.
Nope.
Everyone hates it. Except for Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Hello Kitty is different.
On the PC, on the 15th, we have Mechanic Escape. Probably an indie title.
Looks like it.
It sort of is. It's like a rhythm-based game type thing.
Oh. But something different.
It's
Really?
difficult to explain.
Well, Final Fantasy has a rhythm game.
Yeah, but the name, I think it's kind of throwing me right now. I swear.
Maybe it's a musical. It's a musical video game.
Yeah, anyhow.
Moving on. Yep, moving on. I can already tell I'm getting that stare through the TV screen. Also on the PC, also on the 15th, War of the Vikings.
Yeah.
You know, Glock, the only reason that you want to see this game is because you play Olaf. I think you forgot to press the button.
Crap.
So we're gonna take that as a yes, and we're gonna move on.
Actually, no, it's not. See, I've always been a big fan of Vikings. Like, a really big fan.
Oh,
I've
so then
always
that
found
explains
them-
why you play Olaf.
Yes, that is actually the reason that I chose Olaf, is because
So-
I was a really big fan of Vikings, and I wanted to see how he played. And, oh my god, he played just how I imagined it.
So in a
And-
roundabout way, Tommy's right.
In a backwards way, yeah.
I said a roundabout way. That's the exact same way. You forgot to press the button again.
Dang it!
Apparently telling you to do push to talk has actually made it harder instead of easier. Oh, dear.
Oh god. Next.
Yes, on the 16th, and I believe wrapping up our releases until the 18th for our next show, Trials Fusion on Xbox Live Arcade.
Wait, so that means it's actually, they're finished? They're finished with the beta and everything?
Apparently.
Yes.
Cool.
And checking release dates for what's upcoming next. One major re-release, kind of.
Re-release?
Well, release of a game that's already been released on a different console. You'll see what I mean if you go to the second page. Go to the next page. And a
Oops.
tie-in video game. You did it on stream, didn't you?
Nope. But I about screwed that one up.
Oh, dear.
I was yawning at the same moment that I was clicking check boxes, and they're like right beside each other.
But yeah, you see what I mean, right?
About what exactly now?
The re-release of a game on a different console.
I think.
Middle, bottom
Yeah,
row.
that one.
Yeah.
That was the one I said, I think.
Yeah. And the next page has a tie-in. Apparently, IGN has a rerun theater on for a trailer for the game, and it has a thing in it that's not in the movie, which is not surprising because the games always have some more things than the movie, even though they have nothing to do with the movie at times.
Guys,
Hmm.
go to the
What?
week of March 30th. Look on the top right row. Now go 2 weeks over to April 13th.
Oh,
Oh, calendar screw-ups. Well, that's not surprising. That's normal.
apparently that MLB 14 is PS3, PS4, Vita, and I'm assuming 360, Xbox One.
Well, the 360 is probably like 7 weeks ahead.
And somehow it will travel back in time and be on the Philips CDI.
Hell, while we're at it, it's going to be on the NES also.
Yes! And you joke about that, and I'm sure there's a hacked version out there somewhere that's actually it. I have seen Final Fantasy VII on the Famicom.
I think you showed me that too.
Yeah. Have I told you about that, Glock?
I can't remember if
I
it was there
heard
when you
you
told me
talking
or not.
about it, but I don't remember you telling me specifically.
Final Fantasy VII on the Famicom. That's the equivalent of the NES.
I think you forgot the button again.
Son of a...
But yeah, that actually exists. I'm not kidding. That is a thing that exists. Yet that is impossible.
Great.
Why? Pirated games.
That explains everything.
It always does.
Yup.
Anyway, that'll move us to quick draws so we can end the show off before we hit the 3-hour mark, maybe.
Hopefully. Probably not.
Yep. So, for me, mine goes to Battride War 2. Why? Because this trailer. Oh, this trailer.
Oh dear lord, this trailer.
Simply put, what I thought might be the finale of Battride War 1 is probably going to be the finale of Battride War 2. What is it? I'm gonna let the trailer speak for itself. And if you want to know how excited this trailer made me for the game, before, I was going to buy this game. Now, I have officially pre-ordered through AmiAmi. The Premium TV and Sound Edition through AmiAmi at 8% off. I don't know why it's 8% off, but it's 8% off through AmiAmi. So if you want the game at least under $100, go look at AmiAmi real quick. Trust me, pre-orders are still open for that. But anyway, is everyone ready?
Uh-huh.
Son of, I forgot the button again. Yes.
Apparently, you should just switch the mic, because apparently that's easier for you.
It is.
That or change the button.
The button isn't what's doing it. It's just the fact that I forget that it's push to talk. And I just talk to myself, basically.
The button's not the problem. The brain's the problem. And he can't order one of them.
Nope. That's irreplaceable. Anyway, start the trailer up then in 3, 2, 1, go.
Bandai Namco. Because it can't be Namco Bandai.
Yeah, because they changed the name. Although it's changed to what's in Japan.
So now they're uniform all around the world.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Glock, this is only half of it. Because I don't think you've seen the trailer yet. That's Vision Guy from Sugoku Movie Battle and Ryuga from Episode Final. And you're gonna see all sorts of all sorts of movie exclusive writers in this.
Okay.
Also, hi, King Dark.
Who is King Dark?
The giant dude.
But who is he?
He is a villain from Kamen Rider X that was also in All Riders versus Die Shocker.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Oh, you get O's Wonderful.
Yay! Yay!
You also get to play as the guy, that guy from the movie. You know, the guy that gives him the Burokani medals.
Seriously?
Yeah, he's playable.
Cool.
His bike is the horse.
Awesome. I know it sounds strange, but I'm more excited for O's than I am for Double in this game.
Oh, trust me, there's gonna be one scene coming up that will really make you excited for this movie, or for this game. Although I'm not that into the new Kamen Rider Girl song for this. What?
I saw it.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet. Wait for it.
Oh my god.
Now you see why I pre-ordered this game!
Oh my god.
Yes.
This happens! I don't give a damn whether it's a cutscene or not. This exists in the game. I must have it.
Oh my god.
Also, we get Kachidoki arms.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm just happy that Kachidoki ended up making it to it.
Yeah.
Which we know that really is not going to be his final form either, because there's still one more thing. But
Yeah, that would be Kiwiyami. Which will probably be free DLC for the game.
still. having Kachidokis enough.
But yes, Glock, we get an all final form lineup.
Now I want this game.
You got a PS3?
No.
And some of that's movie exclusive Final Form.
Why can't it be for the Xbox 360?
Because 360's region locked.
Why?
Also but it's for the Wii U. That's region locked too.
Yeah, see?
But yeah, what I was thinking the finale of Battle Rod War 1 would be is a trip through the years where you would transfer up through the riders from each year. Go from Kuga and work your way up through Wizard. And how you would end each segment is go final form and do a big attack from them to transfer to the next rider. That didn't happen in Battle Rod War 1. That looks to be what's going to happen in Battle Rod War 2. And if not that, we're at least going to get a level where all the riders are going to be a part of it in their final forms / movie final forms. To be honest, that doesn't bother me. Although it does get me really excited that they do double O's, Forze, and Wizard all together with Dino right next to him.
Yeah.
What is with this one response? Double just doesn't feel right without Philippe.
Philip? Oh, yeah. If you notice and if you listen closely, you don't hear Philip in the voice acting. Only Shotaro in those scenes.
Well, then that kind of breaks the character there. Then.
I know.
Loosely, but I mean, still.
Yeah, it bothers me slightly, but I won't like hold it hardcore against the game that they don't have Philip back. Although they have Shotaro back because he's back in Heisei vs. Show Rider, so he's back to do voice acting for this game. I know for damn sure. Hell, they're getting a lot of the movie actors back to reprise their respective roles. Hell, they got Sorcerer back to reprise his role. But yeah, I just this trailer made me pre-order this game because I want to experience this all Final Form level. Because that kind of lineup, it's like that's what I have like plans to make a desktop background for my computer. Something like that, except with just my favorite writers with just the writers from my favorite shows. This is everybody together. This is something we haven't even really got in any movie or show except for the writer, the Wizard Heisei special. Kind of. But this might go further. So, yeah. Battle Road War 2 comes out in 2 months. You want to pick it up for under $100? Check out Ami. They have it cheaper. Give this game a look. It is... I wholeheartedly recommend Battle Road War 1 to anyone who's a fan of Rider, because it is going to be a decent to good game that you will enjoy. And this looks to just go, oh, yep, we're going to do everything better now. And now we got Kamen characters in here, and I'm just like... Alright, I'm good. Tell me what's your quick draw.
Alright, mine's something that I saw going through the articles with you yesterday, so.
Wait, what?
What?
The title itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Portal is coming to Android. This is not the same article that I found, but it was another one, so it works.
Yeah.
But Valve's infamous game Portal is coming to Android through NVIDIA's Android-based gaming console. From what it says here, it should make it to all of them after a while, but it's just focused on devices that use NVIDIA's Tegra processors. Hopefully this will go through all the way, because I see in this article it's saying about back in 2012 Valve shutting down a project to port it. But yeah, I'm kind of. It kind of makes me want to get something like that just so I can do like that, because I like Portal. I really do. Because I just like screwing with it and seeing what all I can do.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, this is something that I would love to have on a portable device. But yeah, that's kind of the short and long of it. So, do you guys have anything to add?
It sounds cool.
Sounds really cool.
Get to have some Portal fun on the go.
Yep.
Well, I guess that'll do it for mine then. Glock.
Mine is interesting. Kid is 5 years old and finds an Xbox Live security flaw.
Well,
A 5-year-old
that's not hard to do.
breaks
In all
Xbox Live.
seriousness.
The fact
Cut out again.
Son of a... The fact that it's a 5-year-old and it broke Xbox Live. I just find this hilarious. Get the video up and running and we'll read it when you're ready. Or watch it. You know what I mean.
I didn't know you could read a video.
Mm-hmm.
Would you shut up? Okay. Are y'all ready?
I'm waiting on
Yes.
you.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, play.
I'm Naomi Kyle and this is IGN News. A 5-year-old boy who discovered a security vulnerability on Xbox Live has been thanked by Microsoft. In an interview with San Diego's KGTV station, Christopher Von Hussel explained how he discovered a way to log into his father's account and make purchases without knowing the correct password. He discovered that entering the wrong password at the login stage will cause a second verification screen to pop
Notice
up.
the reward
Filling this by
at the
pressing
end.
the spacebar rather than entering any letters or numbers allowed him to get access to the account. His father, Robert, passed details of the incident onto Microsoft. Upon receiving the report, the company fixed the flaw and also added Christopher's name to a list of security researchers, thanked for their contribution to keeping Microsoft secure. He also received 4 free games, $50, and a year-long Xbox Live Gold membership. For all of your Xbox news, keep it locked on IGN.
Wow.
This is a 5-year-old. A 5-year-old.
Hey, he gets 4 free games. A year of Xbox Live. What was the middle thing?
$50.
Oh. So that's pretty much a 5th game in of itself.
Uh-huh. Simply because Microsoft be stupid. Again.
A 5-year-old.
Glock, you should learn by now. Nothing is surprising.
And that's something else. You don't give a 5-year-old a toy and expect them not to break it. That's why I said that's not really surprising. Because it's one of those, of course the kid's going to break it. He's a 5-year-old. He's going to try
Crap.
whatever the hell he thinks he can do to get it done.
My mouse just died.
Haha.
This sucks. Oh, Jesus. Just, oh my God.
So, yeah. 5-year-old breaks Xbox Live and gets paid 5 games and a year of Xbox Live for that. For breaking it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Microsoft's got to compensate him somehow for managing to crack their top-notch security.
Oh,
Top
yeah.
notch, my foot.
Yes, he cracked it by pressing the spacebar at a
Spacebar.
secondary verification screen.
Hey, the first password didn't work. Hang on a second.
I didn't hear a click.
I didn't either.
Like your mic was off when you did the click.
Son of a gun.
Click.
Click.
I figured
Yeah.
his mic light was lit up, so I might as well do it.
But yeah, just, hey, if the first password didn't work, let me try something. Space.
Well,
Enter.
it could. Like it could be worse. Somebody could have broken into an account and actually did a lot more damage.
Fair enough.
So Microsoft's lucky that a 5-year-old broke it just out of curiosity. Then, I don't know, somebody trying to break into somebody's account to, get their credit card information.
Yeah, but still. Had to be a 5-year-old.
Block. It's the internet. Nothing surprising anymore. Everything can happen. Everything.
5-year-old. Five-year-old.
All he had to do was press the space bar. You're making it sound like it was some impossible task. All he did was try to log in, didn't have the right password, and then hit the space bar. Why? Because. And you want to know what? You want to know how I think he knew that? Because it was either through a lot of trial and error, or he actually knew how to break it. Want to know how I think he actually knew how to break it? Somebody already figured this out.
True.
Like, literally, I'm willing to bet somebody already had that figured out, and he just came across it on the internet. And it's like, I can just hit the space bar. Oh, my dad told him. Well,
Let me troll it. Let me try this. Hey, I'm in. Dad tells Microsoft, crap, that won't work again.
yep. And now the 5-year-old has ruined the business of anyone who is actually trying to use that for illegitimate reasons. So in a way, that 5-year-old is a hero. He has saved Xbox Live accounts the world around.
Yep.
And who says there's not good kids on the internet?
Oh, God.
Well, guess that'll wrap up this week's episode. And we're just under the 3-hour mark.
Barely,
Yay!
but we are.
Hey, if you hold out for a little bit longer, we can make it to hit the 3-hour mark. I can do that.
No, we're ending the show.
Yeah, we're not going to
I can add a second
go.
quick draw.
No, we're ending the show.
You're not getting a second quick draw.
Come on, I can add a second
No.
quick draw. I can find something real quick. Right now,
No.
I can find something.
No.
I can find something. Give me 5 seconds.
No.
Come on.
No.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No.
Get-
For Tommy and for Clock, I'm Peace. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for TGSR for more Wizard. Also, check us up on the archives for you on the YouTube. TG Saloon. TG for this, for Rift Tracks, for everything we do, along with the Twitch, for us live. Not everybody. End the show before Glock has a chance.
Oh, by the way, there's an STD that makes crickets have more sex.
Glock,
Glock,
shut up.
completely unnecessary.
Did it make it in? Please tell me it made it in.
Shut up for a second, please. Now. As always, you can find the Gaming Saloon on our site at tgstgsr.dyndns.org. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias, on Twitter by following at TGSaloon, on Facebook at facebook.com/thegamingsaloon, and on YouTube at youtube.com/TGSaloon. Don't forget about the mobile app. It'll be updated after every TGSR with archives for both TGS and TGSR. Till next time.